Thank you.
So everyone, thank you guys so much for joining, our hashtag One Team University. If this is your very first time, we're so just happy to have you guys. And if you've been on here before, you kind of know the deal. So let me just go through the rundown real quick. If you click on the right, on the top right-hand corner, you can click on speaker view or on gallery view. If you click on speaker, then you're just going to see whoever's speaking. And if you click on gallery, then you can see everybody. And there's a lot of people joining us. So make sure that you guys all say hi to each other. If you click on the chat box, you guys can actually ask questions during the meeting. So as Angela is speaking to you guys tonight, feel free to use that chat box and just post any questions you have. And we'll be paying attention to that, and we'll make sure that she sees it. But quickly, guys, the point of One Team University is to bring people from all over Isagenix together so that we can all learn from each other, we can link arms, and we know that the strength is in our associates. So the better you are, the more successful you are, the more successful we are. And we truly believe that. So anyway, thank you guys for being here, for sacrificing. Please make sure you're in a place where you can sit and take notes and have no distractions. I know as a parent that can be hard, but this is for you guys. So anyway, I am excited to bring Angela on tonight. If this is your first time, basically what we're doing is we're bringing leaders from all over, and they've joined together in a group, and they are training together over this 6-week period. So this is what you guys have to look forward to for the next 5 weeks. Incredible trainers. All right, Angela's kicking us off tonight, and in 6 weeks, we're going to have everybody from the entire panel on together answering all your questions. So make sure that you guys are writing down your questions so that we can answer them all if we don't do it automatically. All right, so with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my good friend, Angela. I want her to share her story. I know that many of you know her and have heard her speak and train, but there's also many that haven't heard her story. And Angela is a good friend of mine. We met last year, and I feel so honored and grateful to have her in my life. She has been a huge help to me and is a true testimony of linking arms and helping others no matter where they're at, right? Angela just recently rank advanced to 8-star, crazy girl. She skipped a whole level in one weekend, and I know she's going to share part of that story. So Angela, I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you, and just thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you so much for inviting me to do it. I feel really honored. I know that you put a lot of heart into this. This is not something that you're required to do. It does take up a lot of time, but I know that you do it to give back and help others. And I love everything about that. I know that Chris Harder, David Angelique, and PK did a tremendous job last season. So for you to ask me, I was like, oh my God, really? So thank you for including me, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I see so many of my beautiful teammates on the call. It is 10 o'clock at night here, and a lot of them are mamas, and they stayed up, and dads, and I really appreciate you, and seeing your faces means everything to me. So a little bit about my story for those that don't know. I started my journey January of 2013. I was overweight, very frustrated. I had really tried every program, everything I could find, everything Dr. Oz recommended, and I was really running out of options. A week before I found this, I had tried something where the girl like wraps you in mud and shines an infrared light on your stomach. And she's like, she measured me really loose, and then measured me really tight. And then she's like, look, you lost 2 inches. And my husband's like, you schmuck, like now I'm going to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. But as you can imagine, desperate times, you're desperate. You're looking for solutions. So when I heard someone mention weight loss and detox and cleanse, I reached out almost immediately. I knew her from childhood. I trusted her. And I said, Jen, tell me what you're doing. And sadly, she referred me to her coach. She never signed me up. She had no interest. And, you know, if I can give one little helpful hint, whether you're interested in business or not, whether someone on your team is interested in business or not, never ever give anyone away, because these 16,000 incredible people could have been hers too. I mean, there's enough abundance and enough of this pie to go around for everyone. And I do feel terrible that she just gave me to someone else. My first week, I lost, yeah, Trish, she's still selling Pampered Chef. And I'm like, I almost feel bad, you know, when people are congratulating me and putting up the dollar signs. And, you know, if you don't talk to your friends, somebody else will. And even, you know, like I said, even if you have no interest in business, they're better off being in your tree than somebody else's. I think everybody would agree. My first week, I was very surprised. I lost 7 pounds. I felt great. I felt energetic. I got through this crazy cleanse day with an abundance of chocolate, and I felt terrific. By week 3, I was down 11 pounds, and I told my husband, babe, you got to try this. This is incredible. My husband lost 11 pounds in 11 days. My mom, I said, don't ask me any questions. You got to do this. My mom, I'm reading the messages and trying to speak simultaneously. It's like squirrel. But my mom had gotten on the program, and you know, my Jewish mom who complains about everything from menopause to hemorrhoids to everything stopped complaining. She felt fantastic. Prior to Isagenix, I was a social worker with Child Protective Services. I see Victoria Brunetti. Raise your hand. Whoop, whoop. There she is. She and I were both caseworkers investigating child abuse, a very difficult job. But these are the kinds of things that you do if you have a heart of service and you enjoy helping people. Unfortunately, when I had my daughter, I had no one to leave her with. And I was forced to give up my profession to be a stay-at-home mom, because after seeing such things out in the field, you simply don't feel comfortable leaving your kids in the care of strangers. And I didn't want to give up my job, but I kind of had no choice. I didn't have kids. You know, it wasn't a good decision for me, I should say. It might be a great decision for someone else, but it wasn't a good decision. I mean, I had kids to raise them on my own. And so I had found myself as a stay-at-home mom. And, you know, being a stay-at-home mom is wonderful. I mean, nothing brings me more joy. But you ever feel like there's something more to life? You ever feel like you were just designed for something more, maybe to help people, to serve people? Maybe you have a skill that you feel is not being utilized. That's how I felt for many years, that I missed doing things to help people. I ran for the board of directors. I did things in my community during the time of Hurricane Sandy. I always enjoyed helping people. But when I found this program, and I was able to help my mom and help my husband and help my friend Anna, who was 45 pounds, I mean, it brought back that feeling again, that I was able to give back, that I was able to serve again, that, you know. And honestly, when you get that $212 credit card for the first time, you're like, what? You know, it's exciting, it's invigorating. They give you, you know, it just, I couldn't believe that they paid me to do the program again. But it also gave me a choice. I felt that, you know, maybe this is something that I can do. My coach was fairly new. She worked full-time at Chase Bank. I am a total red personality. So when I want an answer, I need it now. I couldn't wait for 48 hours, and I started digging. I started fishing around. I started Googling. I started using Isagenix Business. I started using every resource that I can possibly find. And I found this magnificent curly-haired blonde lady that was so like lovely, but she made everything so simple. And her words were, "Who do you know? Who do you know?" And I think everyone knows who I'm talking about. But I felt that if this woman, a hand therapist from Nebraska, could be the fastest growing millionaire, why the heck couldn't I do something like this? Oh, hello? Can you hear me? Okay. So I kind of saw her, and I saw other people that were successful, and I heard their stories, and I just felt that if they were capable of doing it, why couldn't I? I found gold. I found something very special. And thank God I had a system. Thank God my beliefs were strong, and I was very coachable. And when the woman who signed me up said, you know, listen, there's this thing called Celebration. It's happening in Las Vegas. I recommend you go. It's an ISA event. I went. I took my kids to Las Vegas in 114-degree heat. You know, my husband must have thought I was out of my darn mind, but we made it our business. And we went with a 1-year-old, with a 7-year-old. And that event, I think, changed everything for me. I learned things. I saw people on stage. I saw this magnificent beauty, Susan Sly. I saw the Cicadas, Jimmy Smith saying clever things like, it's not no, it's just that they don't know. And, you know, I met Jill Birth. Oh, my God. How many of us have watched that Jill Birth video and cried our eyes out? I saw her in the bathroom at Celebration. I cornered her in between the stalls, and I was like, can you please take a picture with me? I was like seeing celebrities. I didn't know what it was, but I wanted to be a part of it. I felt something. They were kind. They were genuine. They struggled like me. And I felt that day that I really found home. I really found home. And I came home with such a burning desire. It's not that people, all of a sudden, more people started saying yes to me. People didn't start saying yes to me. I don't know if I can curse on this call, but it's when I started talking to people, I just didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Whereas before, like, I cared, you know? Now, I didn't care. I didn't care if they said no. If they said no, I couldn't wait for them to just stop giving me the excuses so I could talk to the next person that would feel what I felt, that would see what I saw. So for me, that celebration was a big deal. I had my story. I started to become firm in my beliefs. I started listening and learning, utilizing Facebook, because honestly, as a stay-at-home mom, I mean, where do I meet people? I don't go to bars. I don't have a big social life. I don't, you know, I see like moms at the PTA and stuff, but they like, my kids went to Catholic school. These weren't the type of moms, right, Vic? They were like cooking pasta on a Sunday. They didn't want anything to do with a cleanse. But you know, it's just, you don't give up. And I think that when your belief is that strong and it's that solid, and you read books and you pick up tidbits, you just grow and you get better. You know, like for me, something that stuck with me was Eric Worre. He said in his book, this is not about you. This is about helping other people, you know? And I have to tell you honestly, how many people can you help? And that's it. You know, I put in the business group today, take yourself out of the equation. Stop worrying about the enrollment and just be in action. Talk with people. And that's really been my business strategy, if that's what you want to call it, from the get-go. No matter what, you know, look, some people have to drive to work an hour each way. You know, some people have to sit on a subway. Everyone has a job requirement, right? My requirement is to speak to 3 people a day. And if I can meet them on Facebook, take it offline and on the phone, then I've done my job. I can go play the rest of the day. But if I don't, I have to go out and meet people. And people say, well, where do you meet people? I'm like, I don't know. Go outside. There's humans everywhere. You know, Home Depot, the mall, go get your eyebrows waxed, make a conversation, go get your nails done. I don't think it's so much to how. I just think that if you understand that this is a commitment, that, you know, some of you here are spiritual, you have a commitment with God, every day you pray. Some of you are athletes, maybe you have a commitment to yourself that every day you're going to get your behind in the gym. My commitment is to, I don't want to cry, I said I wouldn't cry, that's why I put on mascara, but my commitment is to be somebody, make something of myself, for my kids, for my husband, for my family. Right? And if you're committed to making something, to doing something, you have to be in action. And you can't sign up 20 people and then say, I don't feel like it, I'm going to take off for 2 weeks. You're committed. And it's not a lot of work. It's literally 1 hour a day, 3 conversations a day. The people who you sign up, God, send them a text. How are you doing? You okay? You mix in those shakes, you feel good? You know, it's just, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a scientist, you just have to show somebody that you care, you know, that you care about them. You're somebody's cheerleader. And I heard, I'm like a sponge, you know, I don't make any of this stuff up, I just take it in. But I heard Michael Klaus say that people sign up with you because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. And isn't that true? I mean, how many of you guys have signed someone up based on the branch amino acids of the shake? You know, like, do we even know what that is? Every person who signs up is putting their heart in our hands, and they're trusting us to lead them. And that's how you have to take it. You know, I know many people come into this as network marketing professionals, and they look to, you know, who can I find, who can I sponsor? I came into this as someone who struggled with weight her whole life. I came into this as a social worker with a passion for people. And I think that's how I've been able to sign up almost 600 people. I mean, they tell me even Warren Lance, you know, the #1 income earner, hasn't signed up that many people. But, you know, I'm not putting anybody down or saying somebody is doing it the right way, somebody's doing it the wrong way. I don't qualify people. I don't look for business builders. Anyone who needs a helping hand, they're welcome to sign on with me. You know, and I just think that everyone's approach is a little bit different. You know, PK reminded me today. I said something not very smart, but I said something like, out of frustration, I said, it's so much easier just to train a leader, you know, because they already are serious, they're already committed. And PK Smith, Papa PK, I know Trish knows him very well, but Papa PK said to me, don't forget, my dear, that every person, every leader in your organization has come on because of the products. He goes, you cannot, you know, pick and choose. You have to embrace people. And it's a good reminder of that. I'm not out here looking for leaders. I'm out here helping. And that's what you guys have to remember. You know, be grounded, stay firm. The people who are grounded in their mission, they're the ones that do so incredibly well, because it's always about servitude. It's always about helping others. It's always about giving back. And when you get lost, speak to somebody who's going to remind you, who's going to ground you. You know, since I've been doing this, I have blocked and deleted a lot of people. Some people have blocked and deleted me. And I find that my life is so much more positive. The people that I have around me are happy for me. They encourage me. There's no jealousy. You know, listen, you have a team of you know, so many people. Of course, not everyone's going to think you're great, but for the most part, the people who are in my circle are people that I feel comfortable with. And I think that once you grow as a person, I don't know if for me, it was hitting 40 years old. You know, in my 20s, I spent so much time wanting to fit in. In my 30s, I wanted to be cool. I think once you hit 40, you just don't care what anyone thinks, and you just feel comfortable in your own skin. And that's how I feel. You know, I'm so certain that this company is, for me, Jim and Kathy, you know, I had an opportunity to spend time with them when we won this trip to Paris and Rome. And my husband couldn't go, so I took my child. And I tell you, someone said, wait until 50, it's even better. You're probably right. That's when really the bra comes off and you are just free. But, you know, we really got to spend time with Jim and Kathy, and I have to tell you very honestly, they are great, great people. I mean, we were in a crowded place, and for Kathy to reach and grab my child's hand to kind of protect her, you feel this mothering thing about Kathy. I mean, PK told me a story where a man went on stage and was crying that, you know, he lost 200 pounds and even his shoes didn't fit. And PK said, I had a seat front and center, and I can see Jim Coover from the back. I could see him behind the curtain. And PK said, I was watching his face because I wanted to see if he was a suit or if he was the real deal. And he said, Jim stood behind the curtain and cried, you know. So I can tell you guys that we have definitely found a wonderful, wonderful place with Isagenix. When they tell you that if it's not right for the associate, it's not right for the company, you can stand firm in that. You can put your, you know, as long as you're willing to work hard, you know that you're going to be safe. I feel that my house will be paid off, my children's college will be taken care of, because I feel that I have found home. I'm in a safe place. I know that they're not going anywhere. We had Story Pryor on our call last night, and I think, you know, some of the gals that were on the team call can attest. This girl spoke so adamantly, so passionately about how much she loved the company. Still, Story Pryor, events planner, loves them. And hearing this just reinforces my belief. So what I would have you guys take away is think about, you know, I asked in my leadership group, what is the one thing that is holding you back? And every single person said me, themselves. So think about it. What is it that's holding you back? Is it your lack of belief in the company? Because you better get to an event and get some. Get some belief. Is it belief in yourself? I mean, we've all grown up feeling rejected, feeling insignificant, feeling insecure. You know, I think that when you just are firm in your belief in what you stand for, little by little, you get a little thicker skin, you grow tougher, you grow stronger. I didn't have an easy road getting to 8-star. I remember going into the yoga studio, and I remember the yoga teacher, you know, I said, hi, I just want to let you know, I lost 28 pounds in 2 months. I have a great program. I would love to come here and set up. I was so excited. And this woman, I'm not going to say anything negative, but she looked at me very down on me, and she said, you sell weight loss? And I felt like I just wanted to go home and cry, you know. And then I thought to myself, you know, you can't please everyone. You can't. In her eyes, I'm too fat. In his eyes, I'm not fat enough. You just have to be comfortable with what you're doing. And if what you're doing is really serving and helping other people, don't worry what they think about you. Somebody is always going to have an opinion. You know, if I go into a weight loss studio, they'll think I'm not thin enough. If I go into a fat camp, they'll think I'm too small. Who cares? You know what I mean? You're not going to be perfect for everybody, so you might as well just be okay for you. And that's how I started feeling. I just started being okay for me. I'm never going to have a six-pack. I'm never going to be one of these people that loves to go to the gym. I wish I was, but I don't. But I just focus on things that I enjoy. You know, I focus on things that allow me to say yes. You know, I've never done a yoga class. Am I going to do a yoga class? Yes. Do I want to try those aerial things where people are hanging upside down? Yes. You know, I think it's just about enjoying life and sharing this gift with people along the way. Yeah, just being you. I mean, I put on lipstick for this call, and quite honestly, I was like, I can't wait to take it off. And then you told me the call was an hour later because of the time change. And my first thought was, I got to keep this lipstick on another hour. You absolutely have to be you. You have to be genuine. And that's how you're going to get people to join you. You have to stay positive. You have to stay consistent. If somebody cuts you off or angers you or upsets you, please do not rant about it if you are building your business on Facebook. I do not say anything about Obama or Donald Trump or Muslims or Jews. You know, you have to be a neutral party. You have to be a positive light, and you have to be careful not to offend anyone. And if you are building a business on Facebook, you are there to be a positive person. There is so much crap in this world. People are so angry and frustrated and miserable. You're not. You're not. You are here to be this amazing person. If somebody's upset, you know, I always used to have to tell somebody what was on my mind, how I felt. I always had to have the last word, you know, and now I'm cool that it doesn't have to be. If somebody, you know, you have to remember why you're doing this. I think that's the most important thing. And if you keep in mind that this is for your family, for your future, for your retirement, for your security, you won't let little insignificant things bother you. And I hate to tell you that the bigger your team grows, the more drama there's going to be, the more people are going to talk. You just have to let it roll. That stuff, I swear, is so unimportant. I have never seen anyone on their deathbed saying, man, I wish I would have told that Mary off. People take their last breath and they say, I wish I would have lived more, right? I wish I would have built more memories. I wish I would have spent more time with family. That's what this allows me to do. You know, when I see Victoria volunteering at PTA, or I see Lisa doing great things with her husband and bonding over this here allows us to enjoy life and do the things that we love so much. You know, right now, many of you are doing this part-time. Keep at it. Eventually, this part-time will be a full-time thing. Just don't give up. You know, I had 2 slow weeks. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? This is a dry spell. I'm never going to sign someone up. And then like I had to slap myself and just say, keep going. Don't you change your attitude. Be cool and keep going. And you have to remind yourself, and you have to surround yourself with positive people, but you have to practice those daily habits. And I have it like engraved in my head and my heart that I have to speak to 3 people a day. So, you know, talk to your coach. This is what I'm going to do. These are my daily habits. I'm going to tell my story 3 times a day. I'm going to post on Facebook twice a day, every day. Motivational Monday, Transformation Photos Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wellness Wednesdays, Recipe Fridays, whatever you want. Just be consistent. You know, Facebook is not the be-all and end-all to your business. Facebook is just a quick way to reach a few hundred people quickly. That's it. But if you're not taking it offline and getting them on the phone and connecting heart to heart, it's not going to work. I have to be very honest with you. I have never, ever signed someone up via Facebook Messenger or email. It's always been that connection piece, that phone conversation. And the first thing I say to them is, what are some of your goals? What have you tried? How long has this been an issue? How does your family support you in this? I ask them what they're going through because I want to know. I care. I want to know how I can help them. And we're so blessed. I mean, we work in such an amazing field where you can help everyone from an 80-year-old diabetic woman to a 14-year-old kid trying to put on a little mass for wrestling. I mean, is this an incredible company? Healthy aging, you know, energy, performance, athletes. I don't know anyone who I've had to turn away and say, no, sir, I'm sorry, this is not for you. Only mascara here. You know, like, we can really help everyone. It's magnificent. Health and wellness is an incredible field. I don't know if I'm running past my time. Trish, how long do I have? I didn't get any logistics. I just said, okay, I'll be on.
You're so funny. You're good, girl. You still have 20 minutes.
Okay, awesome. So staying motivated. Staying motivated is very important. And the way that I stay motivated is by going to events. I mean, we're strong on our why, right? We all know why we're here. We all see the potential in this. How are you going to keep yourself motivated, right? So even fitness professionals, they hire trainers because a trainer can always get one more rep, one more set, right? I see Lori on the call. People sometimes need a health coach to give you that nudge. Find an accountability partner. Find someone who's going to motivate you and push you and drive you and bring out the best in you. Sometimes I write down my goals. So right in front of me, it says, double my highest week. Be proud of my activity or regret my inactivity. I have these little note cards. I have my vision board right there. You know, stay motivated. Whatever you have to do, tell somebody your goals, right? So sometimes, like, you know, you see somebody who's about to quit smoking, they'll go out and they'll blast it on Facebook. They'll be like, okay, Monday, my last cigarette. You got to do the same thing. Hold yourself accountable. Get out there and say, you know what? As of Monday, I promise to impact 3 people a day every day. I promise to be consistent. Whatever it is that you feel you need to do, stay motivated. Being a product of the product, somebody once told me that if you forgot why you love this so much, do a quick 9-day and remember what got you here. Remind yourself that feeling that, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock at night and I could totally mop the floors right now. Do you guys remember that feeling that you got where you were like, are you kidding me? I'm not tired. I could run a lap right now. I mean, if you, look, it's normal, right? You hit your goal weight, you'll go out for a margarita, a burrito. Some of us put on 7 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 since moving to the suburbs. It's normal. You're human. A coach is a coach, not because they never fail. A coach is a coach because they get back up again and again and again, right? So if you've forgotten that magical feeling that you had in the beginning, do it again. Do a quick 9-day, do a 30-day, do whatever you have to do that's going to say, bam, I feel great, and get you excited all over again. presenting the opportunity, right? How many of us kind of put ourselves in the corner? And I love this girl, Sabina, because she's great. I'm looking on the call to see who else is on. I don't know if I see you, Sabina, but you know what? She has really gotten me comfortable with things that I was uncomfortable with. So like in the beginning, when I was signing someone up, I mean, I started with a 9-day. I was like, no, just give me the cheapest one. Don't call me back. You know, I'll let you know if I need anything. I had to overnight a 30-day system because I lost 7 pounds in 7 days. And then I was like, oh my God, I need more of this stuff. So I wound up paying $220 plus $330 plus $45 for overnight shipping fees. You know, now I don't talk about the 9-day because it's pointless. You don't break any habits in 7 days. I'm anti 9-day. Sorry, it's just a personal opinion. But I was never comfortable presenting a president's pack because for me, this pack is, whoa, it's presidential. I'm not worth a president's pack. I mean, I can't afford that. I'm still, you know, living that broke as a joke mentality. And most of my friends are broke. So for me to start with a $559 pack, it's ridiculous. And then this girl on our team who's like ripping them left, right, president's packs. I was like, what are you doing? And I listened to her. Sabina, if you're on the call, I'm talking about you. I listened to her. Yes, she is on the call. I love you too. I listened to her present this president's pack like a pro. But I'll tell you what she had that I didn't. Conviction. Conviction. She said, listen, I'm telling you right now, you need to go with this one because you're going to get bars, you're going to get snacks, you're going to wind up buying it anyway. You might as well get it now. And just listening to her talk, it got me comfortable. There are certain things in this business that we are uncomfortable with. You know, Shelly won't do it. She doesn't have that kind of money. No, Mark won't do it. His wife won't let him. No, he won't stay on auto ship. He can't afford it. You know, I won't even mention the business builders pack. I can't tell him about 2 friends. Are you kidding me? He doesn't know anybody. How many times do we make these assumptions about other people? Can everyone raise their hand if you've ever assumed something and we're completely incorrect? I always look in people's pockets. I make the determination of what they can or cannot afford. So what has changed in my business that helped me to start creating more consultants as just opposed to enroll, enroll, enroll? I changed my verbiage. As soon as I sign someone up, I say, look, the company has a great refer a friend program. If you can think of 2 people that want to lose weight, get healthy, and feel as great as you do, get me on a call with them. I would be happy to speak to them for you. Number 1, you're presenting the opportunity without using terrifying words like business. Okay, when someone is insecure, overweight, uncomfortable, sleepless nights, they just can't put their pants on, the last thing they want to hear you talk about is a business. So don't use the word business. But if you tell them immediately about a refer a friend program, it's awesome because it's in their mind. The day 5 phone call, you know, the day 5 phone call is great. Hey girl, I'm going to call you on day 5. I'll introduce you to another coach on the team. You know, we're going to get you through your cleanse days, offer support, answer any questions you may have. That day 5 phone call, you get them on the phone. You're like, all right, I know you cheated. How much did you lose? And she's like, I can't believe it. I lost 5 pounds. I feel great. And you're like, fantastic. Let me help you get $370 back. That's it. You're there to present the information, but not telling them about it. You know, Lynn Hagthorne says, shame on you. Only you're good enough to know about it and someone else is not. You know, so that changed for me a lot. I always present the opportunity for them to get their products paid for. And statistics show with Isagenix that if you help them to get their products paid for, even 1 cycle a week, their retention goes up by 90%. You want a lifelong customer? You help them get their stuff for free. It's not about doing business. It's about helping them find two people. That's it. And then people stop there. You know, I learn a lot from my team. It's really not one-sided. I learned from Ed, another great superstar on our team, how to dig deep. I mean, you're not just enrolling 500 people. You're digging down. You help those two find two. Then you help those two find two. Then you help those two find two, until you feel that you have an excellent leader on your hands who's going to take responsibility for these people. It's your job. It's your job. And I have to tell you honestly, nobody's going to do what you do. Right? So, you know, I see Teresa on the call. Are you going to rely on your people to do the work? I think the coaches are great, but I'm going to be the one to ensure, right? You have to do it. So it really is about digging deep. And once I see that somebody is doing the simple steps, the 5-day phone call, the teaching them how to post on Facebook. I know Vicky has gotten great at it. She's doing an amazing job. I see Lisa Sanfilippo, you know, she's doing an amazing job. Once you find a leader who's doing great and doing things on their own without you saying, hey, did you remember? Then you can back off. And when you find a leader that steps up to the plate, do you know how liberating it is? I'm like, that's 20 people I don't have to worry about because Vicky's got them. It's fun. It's fun when you find people that are really stepping up and joining you and understanding. Yes, I am so red. I'm very red. But you know what? I also have a lot of yellows on the team. Ed is a yellow, and he's a ton of fun. And a lot of times where I drive people crazy because I'm like, did you call? Did you do this? Did you do that? Ed will come in and say, hey, we're going to the after party if you guys get it done. So there's a fantastic mix of different personalities in Isagenix. There's blues, there's reds, there's yellows. You know, we're all in this for the same reason. We had a magnificent product experience, and we want to share it with others. Nothing more, nothing less. If you start getting into your own head and feeding yourself mind games, you know, oh my God, it's 2 weeks, I haven't enrolled anyone, I suck, I need to take extra hours, and this is not going to work for me. Stop telling yourself all these negative things. The body is programmed to be like in defense mode, right? You're always like protecting yourself, you know, by saying negative things. I'm not good enough. I'm just going to back off. I'm not going to try this. You're not programmed to wake up in the mirror, like David Wood says, and say, hey, you're sexy, baby. I wish we would. I wish we would, because I feel like life would be so much easier. But the negativity comes first. The nonsense comes first. The stuff that goes into your head comes first. And it shouldn't be, because it's not true. And I tell my team, and I said it a million times before, if I can do it, never sold anything in my life. I've never heard of network marketing in my life. My parents came here from Russia as Russian immigrants. Well, of course they came as Russian immigrants. They wouldn't be Chinese immigrants. But my parents came here, you know, to give us a better life. And, you know, if I told my mom I'm going to be a network marketer, they would have fainted. But who knew? I mean, this opportunity is not well known. It's not widespread. So it's not that what we do is funny or iffy. Just people don't know about it. I consider us the lucky ones, because we do. You know, I heard Kathy Savage say it's like we're in this little secret club that nobody knows about, you know, and we kind of get to pick and choose who we want to roll with. And I love that. I love that. How many times have you been sitting in an office next to some horrible person who's just not nice, breaks your chops, treats you like dirt, and here you are like, yeah, I love my team. I can't wait to go to Vegas with them, and I can't wait to, you know, get a table and go out to. Honestly, I feel like I have a social life again. You know, I almost feel like this is like a sorority of beautiful, kind, genuine, giving people that are on the same mission as me. And I feel very fortunate. And I love people like Trish that, you know, support me, and everyone else that's here. We're here supporting each other, and, you know, your team's going to do the same for you. I've never met a better community of people. I really haven't, that are so not, I'm not kidding. I literally lost my cell phone charger at Celebration, and I'm like, 10,000 people. I told my husband, I'm like, I'm never going to see this again. The guy's like, here you go, found a cell phone charger, somebody returned it. I'm like, they're so nice here. You know, we're not used to that, but this is the kind of environment that I want my girls to grow up in a kind, giving, loving environment like we have. And what I love most about this, and it falls in line with my values as a social worker, you cannot succeed here unless you've helped enough people. And the only reason why I got to 8-star, the only reason, is because Teresa got her 5 cycles, Vicky got to 4-star, Lisa rank advanced. You know, it doesn't happen alone. I mean, maybe you can enroll your way to 3-star, but you really need a team just driving on the same mission, on the same vision. So when I hit 8-star, it wasn't so magnificent that, like, yes, I hit. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was stoked. But I was really, really excited. And when we were building, Vicky was like, oh, my God, I have to help Amber. And I was like, oh, my God, I have to help Vicky. I have to help Sophia. Ed was driving Ellen. And it's like we all worked. You know, Jay Bennett called it magic. And it really was. We were all pushing, not to help ourselves, but to help uplift someone else. And it was just, it was magnificent. So not making assumptions about other people is really important. Telling the truth and the whole truth and being honest, not feeling that you have to be an expert here. If you don't know something, please don't make it up. It is completely legit to tell the client, you know what, I have no idea, but if you give me about an hour, I'm going to message my coach, and I promise I will have an answer for you today. And I respect that. I like when people tell me that they don't know, because it makes me feel like, whew, I don't have to pretend I know everything, you know. And it's about heart. It's about passion, this job. It's not about, you know, some people, they're like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to talk. I need to read a few more books. No, I'm going to listen to a few more podcasts. It doesn't really work like that. The only way that you get good is by being horrific. I mean, you know, people think that I've had like 600 conversations and I signed up 600. I really didn't. I probably have had more conversations than most, but I think that's why I've enrolled a little bit more than most. Just because of those extra conversations that I'm willing to take. It's not that I'm any better. And I heard Jim Rohn say, speak to 10, sign up 1. Speak to 10, get a little better, sign up 2. And that's all it is. You know, every master was once a disaster. And definitely so was I. And you get better. You listen to the verbiage. I went to an ICU and I heard Kathy Savage say $18 a day or $11 a day, you know, like in her Mama Savage sassy tone, which I love so much, from Boston. But that really changed things up for me also. I used to tell people, like, I used to be so nervous. I would say, I don't want to scare you or anything, but it's going to be about $360 with shipping, you know? And that's how I used to ask for the social. I used to be like sweating, my armpits are like sweating, and I used to be like, all right, last but not least, I'm going to need that social. I just think that if you overcomplicate it, and if you make it like it's a big deal in your mind, they're going to think it's a big deal in their mind. But if you play it like Joe Cool, even if you're faking it for a little while, they won't know. I mean, just be cool. You know, you're in a legit business. This is a $1 billion company. They've got your back. Just don't say anything non-compliant like we cure things. But other than that, you know, I love it. You don't have to know everything. So I'm going to save a couple minutes for questions. I have about 10 minutes left. Maybe we can take some questions and do like a little interaction. Is that cool, Trish? Let's see what the boss lady wants me to do. I don't see you.
I would love for you to answer questions. That's great. Go for it.
Okay, perfect. So if anybody wants to ask a question, just click on the microphone all the way in the left bottom corner, and you can unmute yourself. And I would be very happy to answer anything about everything.
Angie, I just want to say that was amazing, as always. And I'm so proud that we have you as our coach.
You're going to make me cry, you bum. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you guys.
I love you guys. Thank you. I have to tell you guys that Victoria's mother was my daughter's first teacher, her kindergarten teacher. And Mrs. Brunetti called up her daughter and said, "You got to see Angela Maresca. She lost weight. You better give her a call." So you never know. And Vicky hit 4-star. I mean, we're going to Hawaii, top achievers. It's pretty incredible what can happen in 2 years. So, you know, you never know who. You really never know. I never knew Vicky. So thank you for those kind words. Anyone else?
I have a question.
Yes,
I have a question.
Is that Mandy?
Yes.
Hi, Mandy.
What's your opening without making them feel bad? I know, like, because I know a lot of individuals that I don't know a ton personally. To start a conversation that doesn't make them feel like, hey, you are way overweight, want some nutrition? Or you look miserable, want some nutrition?
First, I hear that so much where people are like, oh my God, how do you approach people that are heavy?
Without making them feel bad.
But here's the thing. You got to change your thinking, because I don't approach people based on their weight. I approach everybody who needs to eat.
Right.
So if you're thinking, I don't want to talk to someone because they're a little bit overweight and I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, is it you that's uncomfortable? You know, think about that, because I don't speak to people based on their appearance. I speak to every person who can benefit. And just one way that I would message them or inbox them, I would just say, hey girl, you know, I started a new profession. I am a health coach, entrepreneur, and I would love a referral from you. Do you know anyone who's looking to maybe lose weight, get healthy, gain energy, detox their body for the spring? Maybe if you don't make it like it's about them, but you say like, hey, do you know anyone who's interested? You know, maybe they would give you a referral, or in most cases they say, well, yeah, I want to know. What are you doing?
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else?
Don't be shy, guys.
Questions, comments, feedback, anything you want me to cover?
Hi, Angela. I'm Carolee. I'm over here. And
Hi.
I just want to thank you for just being so down to earth and real. I love the things that you said just about being yourself and just not giving up. And I just love everything that you've said. It kind of has lit a fire under me. I've been doing this about 2 years, and I just kind of feel like I'm just finally figuring it out, that just talking to people and starting relationships it's not that hard when we just have fun and are really trying to help serve people, not get people or make this hard, you know, complicated. So just thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Do you go to the gym, Carolee?
I do.
When I first started, I went to Zumba.com. I literally Googled every Zumba school. Well, on Zumba.com, they give you like a 5-10 mile radius. And I literally started taking different classes. So if you've been going to the same gym for 2 years, you know what? Take a couple classes elsewhere. It really is that simple. It's just about going out, meeting people, going to different places. I mean, it's so funny. Like, I work out with this trainer, and they have their own little studio in a garage. And sure enough, I was like, can my husband build a shelf here? And I put my products up, and you know what? Most of the time people don't ask about it, but you know what? It's there. And I think it's the effort. It's being in action. It doesn't matter so much if it happens. It's happening here. As long as you're in action, you know, it's what is that book? The Compound Effect. Every day, a few simple steps in the right direction, right, will lead to big things in the end. So thank you for your comment, Carolee.
Thank you again.
My pleasure.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Hi, this is Adrienne, and I'm here with my husband, Nathan. I think that we look, I don't know if you can see us at all. I think our camera might be blacked out.
Yes, I see a black screen.
Yeah, sorry. I'm on Vanessa's team with Alina is my coach.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my husband and I are both really new. Neither of us are consultants yet, and I'm just having a hard time getting started and knowing like how much is too much. I feel like I keep doing the verbal vomiting thing where I like get really excited and nervous and tell people way too much, and then they're kind of like, what are you doing? And they don't want to know anymore. So
the first piece of advice that I would give, well, first of all, don't ever dull that excitement. I don't remember how the saying goes. I think Trish will probably know, but there is nothing better than passion. You know, ignorance on fire is a lot better than, does anyone remember the saying? Okay, of course not. But don't dull that passion, that fire, that excitement. That's what gets you going. That's what people are attracted to. But if I may add a little suggestion, create a little curiosity without telling them everything, and then simply get your coach on. Vanessa is lovely. Ed is wonderful. Alina is terrific. Get them on a 3-way phone call. Because in the beginning, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Thank you very much. Perfecto.
Good job, Andrea.
In the beginning, I was so excited. I would call people up and I would say, oh my God, there is this amazing cleanse, but it's not a poo-poo cleanse. You get to eat chocolate, but you can't drink any alcohol and you can't really have cold cuts, but you can buy the whole entire turkey. So just slice that up and you can have, you don't even know what I was telling people. I mean, I was excited. It was a good thing that I was excited, but I think I was scaring the bejeez out of people, you know? So I was given advice and they said, make a list. Make a list of 50 people that you know, love, and can help, and get your coach on a 3-way. So I did approach people with that excitement. I said, Jen, I just lost 11 pounds in 3 weeks. I feel amazing. I think you're going to love this. When are you free to talk? I would love to get you on the phone with my coach. You have got to hear her story. She's incredible. That's it. I think that when you do a couple 3-way phone calls, number one, you will get better with the verbiage. Number two, it brings validation to what you're saying, because now not only are you saying it, but a second person is saying it, but it makes everything a lot more credible. I mean, the 3-way phone call is definitely for the new client, but it's a great tool for you to learn. 3-way phone calls are very, very big on our team, and I have to say our enrollments probably doubled utilizing these 3-way phone calls. So listen, you're brand new. I love the excitement, and you're most certainly not expected to know everything.
Cool. Thank you so much. It's been really, really great to hear you. We so appreciate it.
Thank you.
I wish I can see you guys. You'll have to message me so I can see your
I'm your friend on Facebook. I'll definitely message you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Angela, hey, hen.
I don't
We're
see.
here. We're hitting somewhere in the feed. We are on. Yeah, this is the life of an entrepreneur, right? We are on our way to Legoland, so we're stopped here on the side of the road.
You're the best.
So you were so incredible. Thank you so very much. I mean, gosh, I'm going to be watching this recording over and over and over again, and I know our teams will too. Just full of knowledge. I absolutely adore you. Thank you so much, honey.
Thank you, everyone, for being on the call. I'm grateful that you stayed up, and I hope you took some value from this tonight. Thank you, everyone, and just no matter what, don't give up. Don't give up ever. We found the gold. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angela, so much. Thank you,
everybody.
Love you.
Thank you, Angela.
That
was great.
Bye.